Welcome back to my channel. Well, darn it, I didn't get what I wanted. Let me tell you about Academy though. As you all know, my last video, a 300-pound fiasco feeder sucked big time. And closest one to that now is 500 bucks. I don't have 500 bucks, right? And I just want something simple. And I think it's because of the way the blade circulated, and like I said, I discovered that 3 times that the corn gets under that plate and it dries and it wedges and the motor is just not strong enough to turn it. I don't have time to empty out 300 pounds of corn, clean that feeder, and go about my business. So, I went back to Academy this morning, as I told you I was going to do, and great people. Took it, no questions asked, no problems, and it worked out pretty good because I wound up coming back with a 200-pound solo feeder, VP feeder. It's got a varmint cage on it. That's all I really need, is something to keep the raccoons and squirrels out at bay at the most if I can. Sorry, I got bit by a horsefly yesterday in the back of my neck or something, and it itches. So anyway, we're gonna go together and we're gonna put this thing together and see what it looks like, and then I'm gonna put it out there and finish this video, another review. That's all I can do. Because one thing about hunting, yes, we go out, we target a deer or turkey or elk or whatever you hunt. You nail it, you dress it. That's the given part of hunting. Preparation for hunting, the land, the feeders, the equipment that you need to buy, the blocks that you need to buy, all that has to contribute to hunting. As I've learned watching those on TV, Dr. Dre or whatever his name is for the deer, Dr. Deer Hunter or whatever. Anyway, I watch a lot of hunting shows, and they all talk about preparation as much, but most of the time you see their show, they go to the stand, they shoot big ass deer. And by the way, speaking about deer, check this one out. The wife was in her stand yesterday, and she saw this big brute come out of the woods, right? You can't see, but it's an actual 10-pointer. So that was a good sized deer, and my happy butt was going out to check on her, and I scared it away as it was trying to come out of the woods, but that's okay. She got the picture that she was looking for with the camera. So let's get started on this feeder. Put it together in stages like last time. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time doing the whole hour or whatever it takes me to do. So hang in there, we're gonna get it. As you can see, I've got all the pieces out. Once again, this is drum style. The bottom falls through and then I have to connect the two together up here. It looks like it leaves places for corn to hide, but it's got a smoother bottom than the other one. But I just wanted to show you I have all the pieces and the legs. Now the difference is 3 legs. I might only use 2. This way I can just fill the hopper from right here versus having to go up here. I'm gonna let you know how that works out in a minute. Got the varmint cage, it looks pretty solid, it's metal. Hopefully the raccoon's teeth ain't get it. What I like about this one is the lid doesn't come off, it just raises up and lowers back down. So you don't have to remove something and set it on the ground, it just raises up. So let me get started on it, get a few pieces together, and we'll go from there real quick. Opened up the packages. This is pretty good. Step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, da-da-da-da-da. They're all in order for you to use instead of you trying to figure out which bolt to use and which one not to use. That's a pretty good idea. It's kind of like I did with my deer platform. Everything was labeled step 1, step 2. I like that for us people. We don't have to really try to figure out is that the right bolt or not. So we'll see what happens. All right. So, bottom and top are put together. Interesting concept. I can see where corn will get hung up on this thing easily. And let me take my phone off of here. Hold on. So as you can tell with the drum, here are your screws. Make sure you keep them loose until you get everyone in there with the thread. It does have a nice sight glass so you know where you started and where you can end at, okay? But the corn can get hung up here. You get hung up here before it actually reaches the bottom of the feeder, as you can see. So I will always have residual corn, probably in this section right here. No big deal, I'm used to that anyway. That means I need to put corn in there or stop feeding for the year. But I wanted to show you that. Because whatever the instructions tell me to do, I always read the instructions, it helps. Alrighty, we put the 2 lids together, connect to C and D, we did all that happy horse stuff. So guess what? Now we get to put the legs together. There's 9 of them, so 3 apiece. Question is how high do I really want to go up? I think I'm only gonna go 2 legs up. That way I can dump the corn in myself instead of having to get another ladder. But I'm gonna check it out and I'll let you know shortly, so hang on. Well, I got pretty lucky. The first package I unwrapped has the 3 holes which mount to the top of the tin here and then go back down. And of course you put the other 2 legs together here and there and then the paws. So like I said, I'm thinking about using just this one and the next set and see how they go if I don't have to connect them to anything else. If I have to use the middle one, which I don't think I have to, that makes my feet a little taller. I'd rather have it a little shorter. So let me get this together and we'll go from there. All right. Got the legs assembled. Now, what's the difference? Here's 3 more that's supposed to go in the middle. And you know what? Like I said, I hate climbing ladders. So if this is here, I'll be able to dump the corn in there. The same strength, it doesn't really matter if they have 3 or 2. I like the easy feeders. Remember, I hate getting up on a ladder and dumping corn in there. Yeah, they say a step ladder, just a little one would work, but you know what? I got 3 of them now. So, after these are attached, now we're gonna put them on the drum, okay? Let's go to the next step. Well, I got the legs on, and let me tell you a little thing about this thing. Make sure you have the paws going the right direction. Make sure your bolts are facing out, because if you face it any other way, if you want to stake this down, it's not. And I'm gonna show you up close here in a second, but all 3 legs went on easy, and I'm gonna show you the process here. So all 3, as you can see, bolt inside of here. But when you do it, the orientation of the leg is important, where the 2 bolts are facing outwards, not inwards. The slot must be on the inwards. And I learned that the hard way after I put one on backwards. And of course, the same one I put on backwards, I put the paw on backwards. And I'm leaving it loose until I get to the ground, because you want to be able to flex this. The big hole for my stake, and then on the bottom half of this thing, you can see the little hole for the chains on the inside. So, orientate this stuff before you put it on. I know the instructions have you doing it one way, right? But I would actually go ahead and skip a page or 2, put those pieces together before you actually put it on the drum itself. So now comes a moment of truth. We're gonna stand it up, right? Remember, I kept my paws loose just for this sole reason right here. So I can, 2 is good. Look at this. I can put the bag of corn right in here. Where before, if I had that 3rd leg, it's gonna sit up here. So I think I made a good choice by leaving 2 legs off. And we're gonna go through the next process here, okay? Stay tuned. All right, I got the lid on. Just one simple bolt here in the back. I got the lid on. Just one simple bolt. But when I tighten it down just enough so when I lift it up, it's gonna stay up while I dump my corn in there. That's pretty good. And then it's just shuts back down and has a latch on the other side. Looking pretty good so far, but proof's in the pudding if it works, right? All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's got a lot better latch system. It latches onto the handle, as you can see. It's a curved piece, latches on the handle. The rubber seal is a lot better than the last one I had, so that's an improvement. So far, this is faring out to be a little bit better. Assembly-wise, still the same. It kind of sucked with the bottom and the poles, but what are you gonna do? But we're moving on to the next step. The lid is complete, the seal is complete, and we're ready to roll. All right, so what we've done now is I have put, about tripping over everything, the feeder box together. Got a little funnel piece on the bottom here. I'm going to show you once everything's done. But right now the feeder has joints in here so you can adjust your height, I guess. What for, I don't know. It should be stationary so they automatically know where it goes. But once again, I didn't do anything. So, but we're going to put the feeder box on, probably the varmint cage here pretty soon, and I'm going to stand this thing up after a while. Give yourself plenty of workspace right now. I know you can't see the feeder. She's laying against my wheelbarrow. But let me go ahead and bring it over here, just so you can see. All right, so now you can see I got the feeder leaning against the wheelbarrow so I can put my bracket up on over here. They look like they're 2 nut plates are inside here, so I don't have to reach back inside here, which is a good thing. But once it's done, I'm going to show you that one too, and we'll go from there. Just another step. Well, I've got it installed, okay? The only question I have is height. It really doesn't tell me what height to put this blade on. So I've got it probably about a finger gap, so the corn just comes down, spreads out, and does whatever it's got to do. You can lower it, raise it. I'm just going to have to figure out what is the best setting for that. So now we're going to jump to the varmint cage, the most important part in my opinion. Putting it together is taking some time. I'm not putting in the solar panel. I don't worry about that stuff. But anyway, hang in there. We're going to get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the varmint cage done, and we're going to have to get a little closer. You got a little door, so you can reach up there and do your timer thing right there, right? And it's got another, let me get that little screw thing in here so I don't lose it. It's got a little wing nut for you to put on. And we're doing it real quick here, sorry. There. Your varmint cage. What I did is I had to put the screws, and I put the lip on the inside to close this gap a little bit more, because if you put it on the outside, it doesn't. Make sure when you position this that the door is facing the battery door, so you can get to it a lot easier instead of trying to reach around the other side. Once again, you have 4 mounting bolts are just going to go right up inside there and protect it. This is a lot better than the last varmint cage that I got from Buck, whatever it was, and I like it. So far, so good. I can see where the corn on the feeder, and I'm going to show you that real quick. Right here, underneath this gap, corn's not going to stop it, so it'll keep spinning like that, right? Sorry about that. See, last time it's such a short gap that the corn got under here and jammed this thing, and that was my problem. I can reach it, put corn in there. I didn't have the other two, the section in there. I don't need one that's 6 feet tall. The deer are going to come down here. The corn's going on the ground. They're not eating out of the feeder, so. Let me get started with this. I'm going to finish it all up this time. I'm not going to show you putting on the cage, but once it's all together, I'm going to walk around and show you everything I got. Okay? All right, hang on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We got a feeder. Varmint cage is on there. It's pretty solid. I really doubt that they're going to get in there. Got my lid on here. Closes down really good. I can still reach up to the bag of corn, dump it in. Solid. I got my paws on right. So next thing to do, I guess, is I need to take it down, put the timer in here, set it, put corn in it, give it a test, record it while we're doing that so you can see where it's going to go. But I'm happy. This, I think this might be the winner. 3rd time's a charm. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. You know how me is. Listen, I can't even talk English sometimes. You know how I am. I'm going to review something. If it fails, I'm going to let you know like I did the last one. And the only reason that failed, and like I told you before, is that little gap. The corn gets in there, it gets wedged. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't set that thing up higher or lower to adjust the amount of corn that you need to put in there. Mine is set pretty good, I think. We're going to find out. If I have to adjust it, I can lower it down to the size. But we're going to go down and test it right now. So hang in there. I got to change clothes. I'm not in my go out in the woods clothes. So hang in there and go out in a minute. All right? Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Got the feeder in place. I got big stakes. They're about this long. I got them from Academy, about $15 for 3. I had to dig a hole over here to lower that one leg. So this is pretty much level. It's about as level as I'm going to get it, I think. I don't know, I might have to play with it for just a minute or two because it doesn't look like it's straight on this side. So let me play with it a little bit and get back with you when I'm totally leveled and getting ready to add corn. Here we go, before I go in. Now she's level. These are the stakes I'm talking about. And with a hammer, I just take the paws down here. And what I'm going to do is actually take the dirt that I just dug up around these things and put it back around the pole. And that's it. Other than now, I got to put corn in the darn thing. Okay? Let's go ahead and put corn in it. And there you have it. I got 2 bags of corn. I'm not filling it all the way up because here's the deal. Hunting season's in 3 weeks. I got to empty the corn out or shut the feeder down either way. Can't use this during deer season in Tennessee, which I disagree with, but I'm not the one who wrote the laws. I will write my senator about changing it too because it's stupid. Texas, we do it all the time down there. So I know I'm not in Texas, right? So let me go ahead and put the timer on in the feeder, and we're going to do a test shot real quick, all right? Hang in there. Yeah, other one. We're going to give it a test now. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this thing spreads out. I'll probably get pelted with it, but that's okay. I think that's a pretty good test. It worked. I got corn everywhere, damn it. But that's what I wanted. I want corn. So, I guess the next thing to do is button this thing up. Put the timer and the battery in the box. Okay, here we go. We're set now. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Should have read ahead because it says to measure the gap. Remember I told you? Has to be about 3/8, okay? They said that's for the best feed, but I've got corn everywhere. I might have to raise it up just a little bit because it looks like it's a little low, and then give it another test, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to play here for a second. I want to thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. Subscribe, comment. This is the Game Winner 200-pound solo feeder is what they call it. I did not add the third leg so I can do an easy fill on it. I mean, I don't really think the deer give a damn how high it is, but it's solid, it's in the ground, it's level. Let's hope this one holds out. This is third one, so 3 times the charm. And I think this one's better because of the way the plate is. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go get that deer.